Premier League fans, we held up our end of the bargain. Chelsea nil, Manchester City 3. What more could you ask for? Going into this game, the goal difference was a decent gap. The points gap was decent as well. And there was only one thing on the agenda: help Manchester City get back in this title race. And it was a masterclass from William Rosenior, a masterclass from the Chelsea players, and City just did what they needed to do in the end. So, hey man, you can't be mad at us. If City don't go on to win this title, you cannot be mad at us. I know we got clapped by Arsenal, but we repaid the favor in full. 3-0 to City. I think the goal difference is 3 now. The difference between the goal difference? Come on. Come on. You can't be mad at us. But like, subscribe, all the good algorithm stuff. Let's get into this game. I mean, honestly, there's not much to talk about in this game. I'm more talking about the implications of this game. But just to touch on it briefly, like I said, Chelsea nil, Manchester City 3. We got clapped at the bridge again. I mean, usually I drop the. But you can't even drop that. Coming into this game, of course, I never want to see Chelsea lose. And for me, this game was just avoid a draw at all costs. Either we win for our Champions League hopes, or City win for the title race hopes. But if you look at these other fixtures on the side, obviously Arsenal lost, so big opportunity for City. Liverpool won, so for me, I'm like, okay, we need to win. Villa drew, and United play tomorrow. Even though I'm barely even counting United in this race anymore now, but I'm gonna look at this video from the perspective. You know where I'm coming from. You know where I'm coming from. We all have a collective mission at hand right now, and you know where I'm coming from. Manchester City handling business as they should. Let's look at the lineups going into this game. I mean, Caicedo 4.5. Ooh, let's talk about it. I mean, even Rodri at 7.2, and I heard the commentator saying Rodri looking like the Rodri of old. I ain't gonna lie. To start this game, Rodri was looking spooky. He was looking spooky, as in not great. He was getting dusted in terms of quickness, but looking at the lineup, I'm not mad at this lineup. Obviously, Enzo, we're not playing him right now because of some disputes going on. I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, our club is just, it is what it is. But Palmer, Estevao getting a start, I was happy with that, even though he didn't really do much. Neto on the left, okay, fair enough. Hato, well, he wasn't terrible. I know these ratings are going to be what they are because we conceded 3 goals, but Fofana made a lot of big stoppages. Gusto, to be fair to him, Doku, the City was spamming the ball to Doku, just saying, go take on Gusto. But Gusto, for most of the game, held his own. Of course, you're not going to be able to completely contain Doku for 90 minutes, but Gusto was doing decently on that side. I mean, obviously, Doku ends up scoring in the end, but that wasn't really off of Gusto's situation. But City, I mean, there's one man and one man only really to talk about, and that's Ryan Cherki. Let's talk about these goals. The first half, really, I mean, City dominated possession. We had our chances here and there. We had some good moments, but generally not a crazy half. It was entertaining enough, but you could tell City were just probing. And the second half, they came out. I think Pep just said, let me flip the switch. Ryan Cherki, you now have full permission, the green light, full freedom to just do what you got to do to unlock this team. I think Pep is being very particular about how he utilizes Ryan Cherki. And for me, it's ridiculous that he hasn't been starting him this entire season because he's clearly one of the best creators in the world. For me personally, Ryan Cherki is world class. And that's probably going to end up being the title of this video. But I don't think people are ready to really come to that conclusion because he's playing for Manchester City, who, Pep has this obsession with rotating their attackers and not letting players play every game, even when they're clearly the player that's doing a lot of the work and being the key to their creativity, still going to rotate them. It doesn't even matter. But Ryan Cherki, now that he's playing more consistently for City, I hope everyone can see it. This guy is a problem. And let's look at this. I'm going to see if I can find the stats for the season. In the Premier League, 10 assists and 15 starts. I know obviously he comes off the bench a decent amount, but he's not playing that many minutes compared to some other players. I know Bruno is looking to try to break that assist record, but we're not going to pretend like 10 assists is anything to sniff at, considering one, he was injured earlier in the season, and then two, the amount of minutes that Pep actually lets him play. And this first goal, it's a beautiful ball across. Even before this, he was really knocking against us. And it's not surprising that eventually, after knocking, 51st minute, it's not that long into the second half. Really, Cherki was cooking from the beginning of the second half. A beautiful ball across. He just does a little touch to get a better angle on his left foot. And then he puts the ball in. Nico O'Reilly, goal scoring defender, really the midfielder, but, playing defender. And a great header, 1-0, simple. And then Ryan Cherki again takes the corner, takes it short, gets it back, basically is allowed to run horizontally across the entire edge of the area. Beautiful from Chelsea. Beautiful. Oh my God. I mean, Chelsea understood the assignment. They let Ryan Cherki go as wherever he wanted. I mean, you gotta love it. Oh my God. But yeah, Ryan Cherki runs horizontally across the entire edge of the area. You think he might be looking to go out wide because he's taking it further out. And he just has the vision, okay, I'm slowly shifting the Chelsea defense to follow me, to follow where I'm going, to follow where I might put the pass. And as the defense is starting to shift that way, he plays the ball back inside to Mark Gahey. And it basically takes half the Chelsea defense who were on that side out of it. And Gahey has it was a good finish, especially for a center back, but a simple finish into the back of the net, 2-0. And basically, in 10 minutes, Ryan Cherki has completely flipped the game on its head. Not to say we were going to win or anything, but just completely taken over the game and proved his quality. And that's why, for me, he's world class. Say what you want, maybe disagree in the comments. I mean, to be fair, world class is kind of one of those terms, like I mentioned in a recent video, where what does that really mean? But say for me, just arbitrarily, world class is top 3 in your position. Now, the other question is, what's his position? But for me, he's a number 10. If you want to say Bruno, whatever, I understand that. If you want to say Elise when he plays the 10, even though he's a winger. If you want to say, I don't know who else you want to say. Honestly, we have a real lack of quality, creative 10s in the game right now. But for me, if Ryan Cherki is starting for any of these teams in the 10, week in, week out, it will be very clear that he's one of the best 10s in the world, honestly. And I think his potential is even higher than a Bruno. I mean, call me crazy. Maybe I'm a Bruno hater. It is what it is. But Ryan Cherki, if he's playing with France this World Cup, if he can get consistent minutes for France with those attackers that they have, that is someone who will just unlock and unleash those France attackers. I mean, it's going to be scary what they're going to do in this World Cup. But Ryan Cherki, one more thing I want to bring up about him. If you take a look here, obviously, Alejandro Garnacho, who plays for Chelsea, we all know. We signed him this summer. Let's just talk about pounds. I don't mean to click that, but let's talk about pounds. 40 million pounds. Okay? Honestly, at the time, not the worst price, but we all know we didn't want this deal done anyway. But this video is not about that. But just to give some perspective. Jamie Bino Gittins, who I guess now goes by Jamie Gittins all of a sudden, 48.5 million pounds. We're just going to consistently keep it in pounds just to make that clear. And this even feels harsh because he's been injured for a while now, but you have to take that into account. And even before that, wasn't really doing much. Score one screamer and that's it. 48.5 million pounds. So combined, that's 88.5 million pounds on 2 wingers who want to play on the same side. And I know Cherki's not technically really a winger, but just to paint the picture of an attacker and what they can provide to our team. Ryan Cherki went to Manchester City this past summer for 34 million pounds. Are we joking? This is what people talk about when they say it's not just about spending money, it's about spending money wisely. Now, to caveat, we could talk about how suspicious some of these prices that City just happen to be getting all the time are. We could definitely talk about that. But at the end of the day, this is the price that they paid, at least on the surface, that we can all see. Maybe add-ons, whatever, but that's what we can see. This guy has done more than Garnacho, Gittins. We could talk about Palmer, like Neto, all you guys combined in one. That's how good. I mean, I was just talking about those two as this summer signings, but that's how good this player is. And the most damning. I mean, I didn't even talk about the third goal. Caicedo just gave away the ball, and Jeremy Doku went and put it in. I mean, no point even talking about that. But the most damning thing I heard on commentary today, and it was crazy to hear. The commentator said, Ryan Cherki, this is when Ryan Cherki was cooking in the second half. Ryan Cherki kind of reminds me of Cole Palmer when he was on form. That right there is a violation, and personally, I wouldn't have it. That's got to be one of the most disrespectful things I've ever heard on a commentary. They violated Cole Palmer. But, I mean, even though, to me, that player comparison, they're not on the eye at least. I don't really find them to be super similar players. But in terms of what they provide for the team, I can hear it. But that right there is not something you want to hear. And the most damning thing after that is that Cole Palmer's playing 90 minutes when this guy is apparently playing through injury every week. He's trying to force himself to get to this World Cup. And we're playing him 90 minutes when we got cooked. Like, there's no point for Cole Palmer to be on the pitch at the end of the game. It's just baffling to me. But hey, masterclass from Liam Rosenior, masterclass from Chelsea. Once again, 3-0. You love to see it. And Chelsea are doing exactly what they need to be doing when Phil Foden can touch the pitch before the 80th minute. This guy, honestly, you could have fooled me into saying he didn't play for the City anymore because Kovacic came on too, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about Kovacic. He's been injured for so long. And I kind of felt similarly about Foden, even though he's been healthy. This dude can barely touch the pitch, but he came on before the 80th minute, which just shows the state that Chelsea Football Club are in. But that's that. Let's just talk about the table super quickly. I mean, we can talk about our next match. We're playing United next week. We're probably going to get clapped. But talk about the table super quickly. Like I said, City, big for the goal difference. Only 3 in it now. They play Arsenal next week. If City win out, they go level on points, I believe, because they have a game in hand. They play Arsenal. If they beat Arsenal, 67. With the game in hand, if they win that, 70. And by then, the goal difference, they should at least be level or overtaking. Maybe they could still be less, but unlikely. And then is basically that from there on out, it's a shootout between the two. But they have to get business done next week. Honestly, I don't have faith. Not because I don't think they can beat Arsenal. Of course they can. They just did it in the Carabao Cup final. But you have to really used car salesman convince me that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta are going to come to win that game. Mikel Arteta is going to park 5 buses at the back to stop City from scoring because a draw is great for them. City have to go and win that game. And do I see that happening? Obviously, I think they can beat them on any given day, but I just don't see Arsenal going for that game. And honestly, it's embarrassing if that's the case. I'd love to be pleasantly surprised, but I don't see it happening. And now, obviously, United on 55, Villa on 55. United play tomorrow, of course. Liverpool won their game 52. Now we're down to 48. After, Brentford and Everton drew, which is massive for us, but we, of course, did nothing to capitalize on that. So we're still down in 6th. Interesting. And, of course, the most interesting thing that happened this week, Tottenham Hotspur, they lost their game. They're down in the relegation zone officially after the match week. And 2 points behind. I mean, it's starting to look like Spurs can genuinely get relegated. But that's enough of that. Like I said, we handle business. Now it's up to you, City. You got to handle business for the rest of the Premier League. Sporting and midweek handle business. And Ryan Cherki, once again, world class to me. World class. But like, subscribe, all the good algorithm stuff would be much appreciated. Thanks for all the love on the recent debate reaction videos and stuff. I got more of those coming for sure. But I'll see you guys very soon for the next video. Peace.